Welcome to You and Your Money. Today's episode features Lizel Langevin, Managing Partner Advisory at WHZ Strategic Wealth Advisors.
What makes financial goal setting especially important this year?
Well, 2026 is unique for a couple of reasons, and that's really because, the economy is shifting. I just mentioned it in the economic update. Interest rates are coming down. We'll probably see those sort of flatline this year. Inflation trends are coming down, and there's changes geopolitically and of course with tax law as well. So that means that you probably have to look at your financial plan and just say, okay, what these new realities, what does this mean for me? And what are my actual goals for this year? And what's true today may not have been true a year ago or 2 years ago.
All right. So where do we begin to prioritize these goals?
Yeah, well, the first thing is starting and saying, where am I today? Look at your cash flow. What income is coming in and what expenses are going out? What am I paying for subscriptions or things like that, and oil bills, all those types of things. So making sure you have a good handle on that. And then it's reviewing your savings strategy. So I know what income and expenses I have. What is my saving strategy? Am I saving in a 401k, retirement account? And then you're looking at, okay, how about the investment performance in those accounts, and how have those performed? If they didn't perform as well as you had thought, maybe it's time to look at that investment mix and say, okay, maybe is it aligned with my goals for longer term, or should we make a change there? And again, looking at the last year of performance, we had international was really strong, U.S. still very strong, bonds not as strong, but they're mostly an anchor to portfolio. So.
Life changes happen as well, and that can shift priorities. What kind of things should we be thinking about in that category?
Yeah, so if you change jobs, or maybe you had a baby or became an empty nester, those are all big life experiences that would have you rethinking, okay, am I on track for these things? So if you change jobs, are you still saving in their 401k if that's offered? If you had a child, maybe you have to consider getting life insurance and making sure you have important estate documents in place, like wills and things. And another thing is, if your income has increased, making sure that, am I saving enough, or are there some bigger trips that I want to take? So it's looking at where you are today and what you want to do going forward.
Tax planning is always important. Will it be important again this year in 2026?
It will be, and again with the OBBBA.
That's easy for you to say.
Right. Yeah. With that being passed last year, of course, there's shifts that will happen. So you want to make sure that you're looking at your taxes, and it's possible you may have to withhold less because you have a bigger deduction. So, but also looking at things like charitable giving. At the end of last year, we did tax loss harvesting in investment portfolios. So that's really important. There weren't a lot of losses, by the way. Roth conversions and making sure, does that fit into your picture, because it can help smooth out your taxes over time. And then estate strategies and ensuring those documents and beneficiaries are up to date. Those are always important, reviewing every few years at the very least, and definitely on life.
Back during the market update, you mentioned portfolio balance. Let's drill down on that too. Talk about that.
Yeah, for sure. And again, it has to do with your investment mix. So if you're looking at, again, you're saying, okay, my 401k it did pretty well last year, but maybe it could have done better. And am I on track to be able to retire when I want to, based on how aggressively I'm invested and how much I'm saving? And so that is a huge, you heard international was up more than U.S. markets. Yeah. And of course, stocks did better than bonds. So that is, if you have more bonds in your portfolio, but maybe you're seeking a little more risk and a little more return potentially, then you might dial up the stocks a little bit more. So it's really the other piece to that. Stocks did really well last year versus bonds didn't, performed well for their relatively, but so you might have to rebalance some of those too, because stocks probably are a little more weighted now in your portfolio. So those are important things to keep an eye on.
So again, when listeners sit down for 2026 to map out their goals, break it down. Key questions to ask.
Yeah, I mean the first question is what matters most to you this year, and that will help you prioritize your goals. So if it's taking a big retirement trip or something like that, or it's hey, I'm going to start saving in my retirement account, we got to prioritize those, and then what decisions will help bring you closest to these goals. So it's saving in a 401k, or maybe putting money in a money market savings for that big trip that you want to take and earn a little interest on the way. But then it's also making sure that you have the right plan. And if you don't have the right plan and you need some help with it, I mean, that's where we can come in and we help you to prioritize these goals. And then remember that you don't have to navigate this alone. We'll help you understand, are you on track for your goals, and what changes do you have to make? So that can really help you turn those goals into a reality, which is really fun to see.
For more information regarding wealth management and customized financial planning with WHZ Strategic Wealth Advisors, please visit WHZwealth.com. WHZ Strategic Wealth Advisors offer securities and advisory services through Commonwealth Financial Network, member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Fixed insurance products and services offered through CES Insurance Agency. They practice at 697 Pomfret Street, Pomfret Center, Connecticut 06259, and 392A Marrow Road, Tolland, Connecticut 06084. They can be reached at 860-928-2341. WHZ Strategic Wealth Advisors do not provide legal or tax advice. The tenured financial services team strives to support clients in achieving their financial life goals while providing absolute confidence and unwavering partnership for life.